He is an expert at self-defense. He's an ex-serviceman, and I want you to give a big round of applause to Jeff Prather. Jeff, come on down. Jeff owns and operates the Warrior School. Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, welcome and thanks. I asked for the opportunity to talk to you. I'm not running for office. I'm not a politician, but I do believe in the Tea Party message. I'm a retired, disabled veteran, law enforcement, federal law enforcement officer, and intelligence officer. That just means I've been criticized a lot for the last 25 years. But I served with 7 Special Forces in Central and South America, way before this generation was doing stuff. And what I see happening in this country is the same thing that General Boykin saw when he came. And I know a lot of you were here when General Boykin was speaking. And he's a much better Green Beret and former Delta Force commander than me. And that is the socialization, the communist agenda that has taken over the Democratic Party. So, as a student of warfare, because I am the founder of Warrior School, and the federal government thinks enough of my training to send federal agents and military every week, every month to me, that's my main job, I know something about warfare. There's been several crucial wars. First of all was the Revolutionary War, of course. Then the Civil War, okay, World War II, particularly important. But what I'm telling you right now is we are in as crucial a war as we have ever been in right now. The least crucial is the Islamic terrorists who want to kill us. That's a serious war, but it's the least crucial. The next most crucial is the narco-terrorists 60 miles south of here that killed Brian Terry and Jaime Zapata and 200, 300 Mexicans, as well as the Tijuana police chief. And you probably heard me giving speeches. I'm a subject matter expert on Fast and Furious, and it's the biggest scandal in this administration. And of course, the DOJ's IG, the IG who works for Eric Holder, after vetting the report through Eric Holder, found Eric Holder, wait for it, innocent. I'm shocked that gambling was going on here in this establishment, Casablanca, right? So, but the biggest war facing us right now is the psychological war that Ralph referred to. And I was a psychological operations officer as well. And it's for the hearts and minds of America. And that is the one that is most important because it's internal, and it's civil, and it's between Americans. And the reason I'm here is because I believe in the Tea Party. Because the only thing that has changed the conversation from the Democratic Party that has been hijacked by socialist, communist leftists and rhinos for business as usual is you. So give yourself a hand. So there's 3 things we got going for us, okay? And we've been against higher odds than we are now. At the revolution, we only had like 25% of the population even knew what was going on and participated, okay? If you look at our revolution, if you look at our wars, if you look at Midway, for example, and you'll hear me talk about this on radio shows, you can't help but know that we have divine providence behind us. That's the greatest thing we have going for us. So the first thing, most important thing is pray. Pray for divine providence to make and continue to preserve America's exceptional, because it is. It's not the best at everything, it's the most free. And that makes it the most exceptional. And that's because of us working with divine providence. Okay? The next thing is you all. The Tea Party has changed the conversation in Washington. And now, and like James said, we've got elected representatives there. We don't need rallies all the time because we've got guys in place now working. But if we lose this next election, I have worked in and right next to communist countries. And I'm telling you, what I'm seeing happen in our country, and it's not just me, it's smarter guys than me, General Boykin saying the same thing, we will not have the same country that we had. It's already changed so much. The executive branch power is just out of control. So what we've got to do is, you all, working with divine providence, you've got to elect the right people. Now, who are the right people? Is it going to be politicians as usual? No, it's not. Okay? Because divine providence has given us some exceptional people right now. All right? I've been in government, federal government for the last 25 years. It is broken, and it is bloated, and it is ridiculous. I could spend the rest of the day telling you ridiculous stories you wouldn't believe, okay? But there's one part of it that's not broken. And they've been fighting longer and harder than the World War II generation. They're the next greatest generation, and that's our military. And who has saved us in these last 10 years are the backbone. Not everybody, but the backbone of who is going to save us now. They're retiring, they're getting out, and they're going for office. And I know they'd like to retire. I know they'd like to not get involved, but they're getting involved because, as General Boykin said, there was no expiration on that oath of loyalty you took to the Constitution.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yes.
Okay? So, divine providence has given us guys like in Florida, the guy who should be president, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is Colonel Allen West. And it's not because he's black, although he does happen to be black, not half white, half black, okay? It's because, it's not because he can sing either. It's because he can tell you about the Islamic threat in more detail than me, but everybody knows what he did in Iraq when he fired off his M9 next to the terrorist head, right? Then saved his men, then cleared the weapon, went to his commander, put the weapon on his desk and said, here's what I did. If you wish to court-martial me, go ahead. That is the kind of guy that's not going to be intimidated. We need to find more guys like that, and we've got one here. And his name's Frank Antonori. Frank was in Special Forces as well. Special Forces goes in behind enemy lines. We're behind enemy lines now in our own country. Do you feel like that when I walk around? I'm like, God, I'm behind enemy lines. I can't believe it. Okay? He's used to going behind enemy lines. He's trained for it. He's not a professional politician, just like Allen West, and just like all the other vets that are getting out and running for office. And these are the guys we got to support. And let me tell you a quick story about Frank, because I knew him before he ran for office. Okay? Frank, if you haven't read his book, Roughneck 9-1, the phrase was, Roughneck 9-1, don't run. Okay? They decided not to run when they went into Iraq because they had Humvees against tanks, and they ended up defeating the tanks with the Humvees, which is typical what Green Berets do. But he did that from another Green Beret friend of mine from the first Gulf War, Chad Ballwans. And Chad Ballwans is the legend guy who, they were hunkered down, and the little girl with her sheep herder dad came up, and behind them was an Iraqi armored column. It was just a split team of 6 SF guys or 4 SF guys. And they said, hey, Chief, should we shoot the little girl? I got a suppressor on my silencer. You call it a silencer. We call it a suppressor. He goes, no, we didn't come here to shoot little girls. We came here to save little girls and the country. We'll fight it out. So the little girl saw the infidels, turned to her dad. Her dad turned to the Iraqi column. The Iraqi column challenged the SF team, the half SF. It's 12 guys normally. I think this was 4. And they beat them. That's divine providence. And that's the kind of guys, and that's what inspired Frank not to run. And that's what the kind of thing that's inspiring Frank now to run for office, and Allen West, and any other veteran that we can get. Because they are used to low pay, hard work, and honor. So anyway, that's what I had to say. And I've got no agenda except I'm a patriot. I believe in this country, and each one of you are making the difference, and Ralph's making the difference, and that's why we support you guys. So I'm proud and honored to stand with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.